I got a two-part question for you, both involving Mr. Kavanaugh. How does his game and skill set compare to Sowers of Duke, who you guys faced last week? How you like, or just similar? And then part two of the question is, what is particularly the key to slowing down or stopping Kavanaugh?
Cool. Yeah. So obviously Pat's a great player with a high IQ. He's a great feeder and a great dodger. And I think the coolest thing about him is that, he's like your grinder player. Like he's going to go out there and like bash with you where the ball's on the ground. He's going to do everything for his team to make sure they're getting the possessions. And then in terms of him and Sowers, they're both very quick players, both very good with both of their hands, always have their head up. And they're great dodgers and great scorers, but they're also great at finding their teammates and knowing where the weaknesses on the defense are. So obviously it's going to be a good matchup and we look forward to that. And then was your second one was about slowing him down?
You have to do defensively. Is there different defensive?
Oh, yeah.
To,
so, two questions. Like I got to remember what you're saying. Yeah, on your second one, we're going to have Mitch on him. And Mitch has been playing great for us. And, when needed, we're going to, come in and help Mitch as much as he needs. But, we're confident in what he's going to do and be on his hands to limit the feeds and definitely make him more of a scorer rather than get the whole team involved.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thanks, Lindsay. Next we'll go to Andrew.
Hey, Brett. Hope everything's going well.
Hey,
I had a face-off question for you.
Yeah.
When you're on the wings running in, has anything changed this year with the new rules? Like, are you looking for different signs or cues from Jacob or Danny with the different ways the officials are calling them?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think heading into the, whatever game we have, we have fog film off to the side. And we sort of come up with game plans for the wings and how we're going to help Danny, Jake, whoever's going to be out there. It's definitely been an adjustment with the new rules, but that's no excuse. As a whole unit, we all know we sort of had a down week, and that's something, we forgot about in the past when we were ready to go up against a very good Kyle Gallagher. So we've been game planning and, I think we can succeed this week.
So for example, like what would have last week's game plan looked like? Like, what are you looking for from your perspective on the wing? Like, when do you start running in? Like, what are you like, where are you going?
So like last week, something like the wings, like we knew if Duke won a face off, they were going to sort of jolt their wings towards their offensive side and see if they could get a break. So we were trying to, stay with our mans for as long as we could and try and go for the ball. But once they want it, just stay with our wing guy and, not give up the breaks.
Perfect. Thank you, Brett.
Cool. Thanks, Andrew.
Tyler?
Hey, Brett. One thing that stands you out from a lot of the other defenders on the team is your ability to get up and down the field. What do you always look for when it comes to making a play on the offensive end, despite being a defenseman?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's definitely the funnest part about playing LSM, right? Having the opportunity to get a good stop and then reward yourself and go down with the ball. We have great offensive guys down low in Hiltz, Steve, and Scanlon. So, we got to get them the ball as quick as we can and get them the shots they can score on.
Thanks.
No problem.
Make sure you raise your hand for next questions. Andrew, again.
Yeah, just like, kind of other LSM stuff from after sliding back up. Some other guys have gotten some run behind you. I'm curious, what stands out about the guys behind you with Landon kind of going down? What have you seen from the people behind you standing up? Like, anybody kind of surprise you or stand out to you as a good secondary option?
Yeah, so once Landon went out, Brett Barlow filled that role, and he's been awesome for us. He's a great communicator. He's a great on-ball defender. He's a very athletic person. He's one of the strongest kids on our team. In the weight room, you'll see that. And he communicates really well with everyone else on defense, so he meshes in perfectly. And we're very comfortable putting him out there and knowing he's going to do very good.
Is it similar to a couple of years ago when you guys had you and Jared as kind of like the top two LSMs, and that was some of the better pairings in the country? Do you feel like you and Brett kind of form a pairing similar to that?
Yeah, two Bretts, right? No, but definitely, we're both good athletes. We both like to be physical, get after defenders, and help up top in any way we can. And Barlow's got a good stick also, and he's willing. Yeah, he took a shot against Duke. He's willing to get up the field and transition. So we're all have the most confidence in him, and he's been doing a great job.
Great, thank
you. Arrow?
Hey, Brett. I was actually curious about asking about Steven Rafis and sort of what he's been doing maybe a little bit different this year. I know he's scoring goals maybe a little bit higher rate than he has the rest of his career. I know it's pretty late in his career though, so like how much has things changed for him?
Honestly, like what you guys see is like what we see every day in practice. Like he comes to practice every day, trying to kick our butts and we're trying to kick his, but it's everything he does like behind the scenes. Like he's one of the hardest workers on our team and he's like one of the best leaders we have on our team. So, we're not surprised when come game day, he's doing that and he makes everyone around him better. And like, he's just like one of the best hustlers on our team and like props to him, like he's doing really well right now.
I know I read when US Lax Mag did a piece on him in December, there's a little piece in there about he uses a woman's stick sometimes. Is that something he still does?
I can't speak to that if he still does
Okay.
it. I would assume he does because he probably has one of the best stick skills on our team. I think whenever I see him, he always has it, whether it's wall ball or just throwing around with guys. So there's a reason he has one of the best sticks on our team.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Cool.
Lindsay?
Uh,
You mentioned Wyckoff going up against Pat this week. I wanted to go back to the Duke game. Just curious, what was your assessment of the job Mitch, for the most part, did on Sowers? And after you play a great player like that, do y'all kind of get together on defense and sort of break it down and look forward and say, okay, here's what we need to do against, say Kavanaugh? Like what's your scouting report there with the job he did against Sowers?
Yeah, totally. You know what? We all thought Mitch did a very good job. And then if anything, we needed to support him more and be around to help him. And that's something through team film with all the coaches, team film with us individuals, and sort of just talking through it at practice. Like, we did a lot more walking through, being like showing where everyone needs to be to support the ball. And, we have the most confidence in Mitch. He's an unreal defender, a great athlete, and we just needed to support him more there.
Thanks.
No problem.
Ian?
Hey, Brett.
Hey.
What do you remember from that matchup in 2019? I know Notre Dame has, moved a lot of personnel around since then, and it's been a pretty long 2 years. But what, if anything, do you recollect from that last matchup?
That was in the Dome, right? I think 2 years
No,
ago.
that was
Yeah.
at a lot of.
Cool. Oh yeah. We lost that one. You're right. They run a great team offense and they have one of the best defenses in the country. And when you put a good goalie and a good faceoff guy, they're a very good team. And in terms of offense, they like to run out of the box and sort of get a head start at you. So we just have to be ready to help and support everyone around the ball and sort of just be ready to like fly around and have a much better team defense outing.
We have time for one more for Brett if anybody's got it. Otherwise, I'll let him hop off. Good? Brett, I got you out early.